the streets. What we have here is a pharmacist of 35 years, and I call him a phony pharmacist simply because I don't trust, well, this is me personally, I don't trust the medical profession as a whole. And I've talked to too many other pharmacists out there and people who make the drugs and doctors that were honest enough, who actually wanted to help people, to tell me that a lot of the drugs we take are quite useless. And I mean, it's it's just hard to believe that they wouldn't be out there for their own self. And I think the whole thing is part of the eugenicist program anyway. So the most telling thing about this is when I asked about the inserts and what this pharmacist has to say about reading the inserts, and his take on the flu shot. It's just too much evidence that the flu shot does more harm than good, as far as I can see. I don't see any use of it at all. He even admits that the flu shot is a guessing game. You basically don't know how to go ahead and prevent the next flu. So anyway, you listen to this guy, take what you have as where you want it to go. And if you like what I'm doing out here, then fine. I would, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. If you're old, then subscribe. We'll subscribe again, because they do, of course, knock off subscribers. And if you really want to help, well, you support my efforts out there. It actually cost me money to go out yesterday. So, yeah, even the bike broke down. I had the business cards I had to pay for. It just, repairs I had to make. It goes on and on. So it actually cost me money to go out there. So I need your help. The designs that you see popping up here from time to time are mine. You can go to my shop. You can get them on apparel, coffee mugs, or cell phone covers. And they do come with a trigger back guarantee. If you do not trigger a liberal, you will get your money back. I haven't had to pay out yet. So please do go support me. If you want to go directly support me, well, then just go to my PayPal account. If you have an account, and use my address, BadassUncleSam76@gmail.com. It helps me out tremendously. Given like tomorrow, I will not be able to go out because it'll just be too cold. So even though I don't make a great deal of money out there, at times when I go out, it every little bit helps. So if you can fill in those blanks for me, it would be greatly appreciated. I want to thank you all for coming on. Remember, this fight is more spiritual than it is anything else. We are fighting forces that are demonic in nature. And so please pray for me. Pray to God that we have the strength, and to give me the strength to stay out there to fight for him and to tell the truth. As my main mission out there is to go ahead and expose the lies, tell the truth, and show the liberals crazies up for what they are. So God bless you, amen, and let's get on the streets. Here we go. And whatnot. But I've talked to other guys, guys that make the drugs, and drug salesmen and other pharmacists. And I've always asked them, I say, because, it seems like sometimes people say, well, they're in it for the money, How many of the drugs are just there for the money that really
don't do anything, would you say?
Well, I don't think any of them are there for the money that don't do anything. They all do something.
Yeah.
All right. Some do it better than others. And I think the biggest testament to that is just my own experience. I've been in practice 35 years.
Right.
And when I started, back in my early days, we'd see somebody come in the hospital, guy comes in, 78 years old. Oh my God, look at this guy, 78. Holy shit. Look how old he is. Wow, there's an 80-year-old up on the third floor. Holy cow. Now, you get like people 85 years old coming in and get their hips replaced so they can go and play golf. So to say that, lives haven't been changed by the pharmaceutical industry for the better, I think is completely false. The advent of beta blockers and ACE inhibitors, and these are different medications that keep your heart healthy and help you live longer, the cholesterol medications, reduction of heart attacks. I mean, there are some, infectious disease. There's absolutely fabulous things that are happening.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I have no...
Now, are there Me Too's out there? Yes. There's one class of medications I mentioned, the ACE inhibitors. These are medicines like Cinepril. That's probably the most common one you may have heard of. There's about 7 or 8 of them that are out there. They all do pretty much the same thing. Potassium pills. A lot of people take potassium supplements. There's all types of brands of potassium supplements. Are there any one better than the other? No. Sometimes they get pushed out because the drug companies want to, capture part of the market, and eventually the best one is going to bubble to the top. But is there a profit motive to this? No, of course there is, because it takes research. There's a lot of is there some I don't want to say scamming, but is there some less than honorable things that happen in the drug industry? Of course there are. It's true with any industry.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you take it as a whole, I think they're pretty much doing a good job.
Oh, yeah, I would agree with you on that, but I'm saying things like restless leg syndrome, is that really a problem?
Well, it is for some people, believe it or not. And it's amazing. You tend not to hear about diseases until we have a cure for it. Because before that, people have restless leg syndrome. I'm always awake at night because my legs keep jumping. The doctor's like, right, try a massage or something like that. It's not until they come up with a cure for it that you're able to say, well, then it gets advertised and it gets pushed because we now have something to treat it. Before, it's like, what are you going to do?
Is it a good thing they advertise them on TV?
I don't think so. I'm not sure if that's really the best way to do it. But then you've got to weigh freedom of speech concerns. That's how it all got done. The drug, the pharmaceutical manufacturers have a First Amendment right to talk about this, just like anybody else has a First Amendment right.
Yeah.
So you got that piece of it. I don't think it's good for public health in a lot of ways, because I think things get pushed that, people are going to the doctors. Oh, I think I have this.
Yeah, it makes a suggestive kind of a thing for people that hypochondriac kind of a deal.
You just need a doctor that's smart enough to say, well, no, that's not what you have. You have something else.
Yes.
But no, I think if you kind of take it all, like if you put the whole thing in the equation, I think the end result, it's a net positive.
Yeah.
Are there negatives? Of course there are. But I think as an overall net, I think it's a positive thing.
People should read the inserts.
Well, the inserts will scare the crap out of you. Okay? There's reasons.
Yes.
There's reasons pharmacists now get doctorate degrees. There's reasons doctors, when they graduate medical school, they have at least 3 years, usually 5 more, of just training.
Now, there's a big debate about the flu shot, whether it's even worth getting.
Well, I think it is, because there are other strains of flu. We're having a pretty bad flu epidemic right now. And part of that is because the strain of flu that we're seeing wasn't in the shot.
That's the argument. That's always because it keeps on metastasizing, keeps on changing.
It keeps on changing. Well, it's not so much they keep on changing, but the drug companies have to decide either by the end of this month or the middle of February what they think the flu strains are going to be next year. So we don't know. Like last year, we didn't have. Actually, 2 years ago, flu wasn't bad at all. Remember when H1N1 was the big thing, and they came out with another H1N1?
Yeah.
Okay, because they didn't realize H1N1 was going to be so bad. If they had known like a month and a half earlier that H1N1 would be the problem it is, they would have had it in the first flu shot. But sometimes you simply don't know. Yeah, so it's interesting. But listen, we got to get
All right.
rolling.
Well, thank you for
All right, thank you.
for your expert knowledge.
All right.
I always
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
God bless.
Personally, I think he's full of shit, but especially about the flu shot. But, and not that all drugs are bad. I ain't taking no damn flu shot.